as we see 5 red lights, and we are away as we get a very slow start. We see that the AlphaTauri in the back gets a really good start over the Ferraris, gets held up slightly. Gulsey get a fantastic start. He does hold that P1. The Ferraris holding up P2 and P3. BP Aces did get a very good start, as we see a bit of a scrap here between Lanny and Bonaparte. Lanny does get the position over Bonaparte, but the Alpine right behind of Benz wanting to fight and get part of it. He does make a major move. He almost gets that move done over 2 drivers, which would have been a fantastic overtake.
E9 Barcode's had a fantastic start. He's just done 2 people on track, and now he's all over the back of Humane. And he's just went for the move. He's up 4 positions or 3, yeah.
We'll jump on board here, critic with then E9 Barcode, as he is on the soft, so he should be rather rapid. Now Rabble is on the soft compound as well, so he might find it a little bit trickier to get past. We see the McLaren here of Humane going for a bit of a dive on the AlphaTauri here off E9 Barcode, so quite aggressive driving here from all drivers involved. We'll click to go to the top end of the grid. There doesn't seem any major changes on the top end of the grid, no real changes of position.
Oh, that's a big mistake from, it looks like Bence, who went a bit wide over the curb and spoon, and then went into the dirty part of the runoff and had a massive snap.
And we all know
he came back, he joined safely, but he could have easily collected, and that's a great move from E9 up the inside of Rabble on 130R.
As there's a scrap here between Blurp and Enon Barcode. Enon Barcode is wanting to get these moves done and does it. He is not messing about today. He does get the move done over Blurp on the final chicane of the lap and gets that position in the that gap to get the move done. You see in front here actually Oliver and the Ferrari of Blunty come together slightly, and actually does cause Oliver to spin off on the left hand side, and someone does lose their front wing in the front, and that maybe is a yellow flag in sector 2. I don't think it's a safety car. Happy days, we'll love to see it, as Lewis is at risk here of losing the position over Gulsey. Now Gulsey does have no front wing on the front of his car. He is a bonus wing at the moment. As I've seen the back end here, McLaren, sorry, you mean in the McLaren, is fighting for P12. Does get the move done over Slicky Ricky YT, which is a really nice name, I have to say, Slicky Rick. Anyone doesn't know Slick Rick, get to know.
Apple T and Lanning are having a scrap here. It just went wheel to wheel coming out of the hairpin. And they're still going wheel, and it's just been forced onto the grass.
And we'll quickly jump into our duocam screen. If you want to jump on the... There we go. We have a dual... Look at this, boys. Look at the production. Look at the production value, folks. As we see the scrap here between Bonaparte and Lanny, but also Enon Barcode is wanting to get involved as well. He is right up behind Bonaparte, but Bonaparte does take out a very defensive line, but Lanny is away and leaving everyone else in the dust. So yeah, very good defensive here from Lanny, but she's not actually safe. Bonaparte does come up the inside and actually gets the DRS advantage and gets that move done on the DRS zone on the pit straight.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Ooh, that was very close.
Big oh dears all around. There is a safety car on the track. As we straight away see in the Discord, Lanny says, at Bonaparte, I'm sorry. so
Bonaparte, what did you do?
What happened? I think we all know.
Lanny, yeah, it just went up the inside, coming out of the towards the end of sector 1, and yeah, just snuck her nose up the inside and collected Bonaparte. They both just went flying into the barrier.
That's no worries. Now, I do want to interrupt you here because the safety car has come in the pit lane, so it is up to Titch here now to reset the race. Now, he is started the throttle. Now, there was, I think, some contact between himself and Blunty in behind, as Titch takes a very defensive line on the back end.
BP got caught out by this restart, lost a lot of time.
It does,
and goes off onto the gravel there.
Humane and Gulsey are having a proper scrap, as Gulsey goes all the way around the outside. Now he has to try and get on the inside is Slicky Ricky here. And he's went around there. Oh dear.
I see the spin in the background. Gulsey was screwed as well.
Two of them around.
Slicky Rick and Gulsey do get wrapped up in an incident, which is not ideal. We see actually, I want to jump on board here quickly with E9 Barcode. He is strapping with Lewis Jones and Ali in front of him. Now he does have the outside line as Lewis does go on the inside. Oh, E9 Barcode does lose 2 free positions here. His line was compromised and he actually lost a lot more than what he was gaining, so he does have a bit of work to do now to catch up on what he won before.
Oliver is trying his best to get around Blurp here, and Blurp is making that Williams as wide as he possibly can. It's like a limousine sideways, and Blurp completely misses the apex, goes off the track, and allows Oliver to go through, who hits the curb, near bins it, and now Blurp's all over the back of him.
There's a freeway scrap here as we go through the final chicane of the lap. We take a really bad camera angle, and Benz and Blurp are wheel to wheel as we go through the DRS zone number 1. Now DRS isn't activated at the moment, as Benz does get that move done and dusted, but he still is wanting to fight back over the Alpine of Benz. As they do come side to side, they do make contact with the front wing. As there is a massive moment between both the Alpines. This is a disaster as we see Oliver having no front wing. He is running boneless. What is going on? This is crazy. As we do see a safety car, it does come out. This is eventful. As there he goes, he is full throttle, gets a good launch over BP Ace, which was expected, as BP Ace is on the old hards. You see actually Ian Barcode up behind Titch, got a really good restart, as everyone is pretty consistently at a consistent gap between each other. Now going through the Japanese S's, as there is a bit of a scrap between Ian Barcode and Death Star behind. Now Death Star will definitely be eager to get those positions done and dusted, as he has lost quite a few since the start of the race. Now I want to
actually has the pitches related.
Oh, and this is going to be a great move from Goolsey if he can make it, but he can't get past Rabble. He tried going around the outside of the end of Sector 1, like, it's very ambitious. He's all over the back of him, and there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, Titch had a disaster going through the double right-hander. What are you chatting about? Just can't. What are you doing?
Goolsey and Titch, there was a lot of potential carnage there, and it was just avoided.
I do, yeah, 100%. I'm just jumping on here quickly
in the lead
with Ramo, as he does lose the position over to Blunty, which is expected. It probably happened later than expected, as Death Star is on the inside here of E9 Barcode, as they are scrapping back and forth. He just cannot get by these AlphaTauris. Now BPES did hold the positions for a good amount of time, as we do see again Death Star and E9 Barcode strapping on the DRS straight. Now there is no DRS active, so it is a full-on drag race. Now Death Star did have to pull out that there. E9 Barcode had the inside line and was able to break a little bit later, but he is
humane all over the back of BPA's Barcode, and we have Goolsey still struggling to get past the GOAT himself, Rabble. All hail.
You know what though, Rabble's actually all over the a little bit of a love tap there from Goolsey and Rabble 1, who's clearly getting frustrated with these softs. He's just like, let me by, will you? Rabble 1 maintains the position though.
Now Oliver does get a really good move over Humane, gets the right hand side, but Humane's come back at him, gets a tighter line through the double left hander, and gets a good exit on the long straight. I love this back straight in Japan, you know.
Deploying everything he can, and yeah, Goolsey's had enough. Like, he's just deploying everything. Blast past him, literally just walks by him. Rabble's still there.
Rabble's still there.
Not done yet.
Rabble's on the outside.
He's just got like so much less downforce than Goolsey that he's able to like it's way less drag in the car. It's much harder than it needed to be for Goolsey to get by him.
100%. I'm going to jump on. Yeah, just jump on board here with E9 Barcode. He had a bit of a wiggle on the back end between himself and Death Star. Now Death Star does get that move done eventually, but he got held up quite a lot by E9 Barcode, which, as we jump on board quickly with Death Star, he does get that move done over Ramo. And there we have it, folks. The 1 and 2 of the Ferrari boys, which, I mean, if I predicted early on in the race.
Oh, God!
In the background, Ian Barcode goes into the wall. Well, actually, was there contact? Or what
I caught that in my camera, but I was watching Humane just about to go past BPA there, and he must have caught the grass or something like that, and they just span into the barrier. Blooddy's in the pits straight away for probably fresh offs. Death Star's in, Ramo's in, Oliver's in, yeah, everyone's in.
They're looking for that P1 and P2.
He maintains a few positions. He's gained, potentially 14 right now, so you'd think he's in for a net gain unless he completely falls behind.
Yeah, 100%. As he does hit the restart, there's a big weaving across the pit straight. As Stick Rig does get a good restart, but he does have Blunty and Death Star right up behind him, as they do get better traction off the restart.
Goolsey's not messing around. He went straight past Rabble this time. He's had enough. Like, he's thrown his toys at the pram, went straight past him.
Coming inside as well.
There's a lot of moving back and forth. You see Oliver in the background. Does go on the gravel slightly. Now Slick Rick is making that Haas massive. The rear ring is huge.
Gravel's making gains.
He does hit the inside now. He does. Nice. Blunty does. Sticky Rick just got swamped by
Death
both the
Star on the
Ferraris.
inside.
That was a fantastic move here from both those Ferraris. That was fantastic. That was amazing, actually. That was really nice to see. Sticky Rick just got gobbled up by the Ferrari tag team as they take the outside and the inside, and he's left with the middle side, with no side, left side, right side, upside. There is no upside. He's in the mid. In P3, he's lost positions. As he is at threat of losing P3 of BP Ace.
Wave.
And Sticky Rick, yeah, he is. He's dropping down the grid into
Gobbled.
P8. He is struggling for traction.
Oh, big moment, Rebel straight into the back of Golsey.
Let me see here now. Who? As there's a big incident here
Oh god!
in the back end there. Blurp made contact with someone, I think, or someone made contact with
Yeah, I
Blurp.
think it was Humane.
All we've seen was fireworks off front wings being fired everywhere.
That's a great move. Oh, Blunty and Goulsey are having an absolute scrap for Spoon, with Blunty just about coming out ahead.
But this is not.
He's going to settle in. Or
And oh, he just went on the
trying to go
pass.
around the outside on 1030. Yeah. Blunty does squeeze him a bit.
There was a bit of a squeeze here from Blunty, and I wouldn't be surprised if Goulsey comes back at him a bit harder. Even though it's slightly a little bit. There only is 2 battles going on at the moment.
Was a bit loosey.
I'm watching the Bulls battle here, where
So am I,
Goulsey.
There's Titch and Rabble.
Oh,
Now,
this goes wide, Rebel.
they do
Oh,
make
a little up top.
They do make contact. Now, Titch did have a very wide line going through that, and actually did compromise his line going through the S's, the Japanese S's. And actually, Rabble takes advantage. Now, they're going wheel to wheel through the S's as Titch does go across on the gravel, rejoins, borderline unsafe, and does spin out.
Yeah, that's...
But we'll quickly jump on board here with Death Star, who is about the cross. Actually, almost bends it in the wall. He does take that P1 position, followed by BPS.
Oh, nearly bends it. It's going to be close.
As Ramo and Blunty. It was a.
It's going to be close here between. Oh,
Humane does.
Classic Humane. Spin it on the line.
Classic. As Rabble does go across the line. Sticky Rick not too far to follow, getting that final point position in P9. Titch in P10 and Blurp.
Final point position in P9.
Sorry, Titch in the final position for P10. Actually, he loses that position because he had a time penalty. So actually, Blurp moves up to 10th. So Titch doesn't
Blurp
get
without a wing. He stayed out without a wing. Finishes P10.
He's watching United as well.